Toy Friends. I'm Will. That's Jim. 118. Um, we like it. It's a good scale. How you doing, guys? Oh man, what a freaking week this has been. I am beat. I feel like I said, I've been put through the grinder, smacked around and then put through again. Lucky I'm here, but this is one of my. This is like my favorite hour or so of the week. So I figured it would suck to not do a show, but yeah.
Well, let's
How
start
you doing?
with checking out the chat. I'm getting there, man. It's been a week on Mondays, as you say.
Yeah.
We're just starting August and recovering from July. So, not bad, but not great.
I hear you. Yeah. So who do we have today? Anyone in the chat? Let me see it.
Bjorn was here first with a
Oh,
Shep Doinkle. Shep Doinkle.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
new catchphrase.
Changing it up.
Boba Hicks is looking for launch codes. That should be scary.
Yeah.
Roll Keeper's here.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Pirates of the Galaxy is popping in. Good to see
Pirates,
him.
what's happening?
Scotty is here.
Scotty.
Sup? World made of cardboard.
Hey, John.
Starboy Station is watching the Olympics, so he'll catch the replay. Ian
very
Sweeney is here from across the pond.
Ian. Yes.
Oh, there's Beta Ray. Beta Ray's been working on
Hey.
some new stuff, which Scotty mentions here. He's got some.
Oh yeah.
He's calling them Constructicons. He's got some new stuff he's working on for his world building. Jeff Morris is here.
Jeff,
Good to see you.
how you doing, buddy?
Outer Multiverse in the house.
Howdy.
So, Lunchbox Killer, 805.
Hey, what's up?
And yes, it is the Lord scale, as we say, 118.
Yeah.
Jacob Stanko, good to meet you. I think he's been on a few times here in the chat.
Yeah.
If memory serves.
How's it going, Jacob?
Yeah, Bob, it has been a weird, long
Seriously.
week. Definitely.
Really weird.
Oh, Jacob found the Vulture and Green Goblin 2-packs at Target. Cool.
I was going to say, I saw them at Target 2 or 3 days ago. After work, I had to go over there. So, yeah.
Yes. Any day ending in Y here is pretty warm. Fat Red Foo, or Fatred, as Helidope calls him. He's doing some errands, but he'll catch the replay. Good to see you, buddy.
Nice.
And that, I believe, has us caught up. So,
all right.
What is going on in the world of 118, my friend? Anything?
So I said I was going to wing it, but I lied because I actually I had just a couple things to talk about. It's actually not much. As you can see, the show rundown is 118 things and stuff. That's all we got. So just a reminder, Delta17toys.com, they're my favorite, O-ring line of the year, and I talk about them all the time. And I just want you to go over to Delta17toys.com, check out the comic if you haven't yet. And
yes, you can read it on the website. Yep.
They have now partnered with Helidope Toys, two of my favorite guys that run their little their toy business. You could order new toys in there, not just 118 scale stuff, but all your toy needs can be met by Helidope. Best shipping in the business, and two great guys. So support a small business there.
Dare I say it? They are the cleverest carbon-based life forms in Ohio.
And they've answered the call. You've asked for more 118 scale figures, and we have delivered. They just started carrying the Joy Toy stuff, so you can pick it up over there as well. So that's really awesome. I'm happy. Those are two great lines that they're carrying, and two great guys. And Jim, I think you were saying they have a special show coming up tonight. They do a Sunday night show.
They do. They do a show every Sunday night. Tonight's show, they will be premiering a new exclusive that they're going to be talking about. It's a mystery. They're going to have some special guests, including our friend Random Diorama and A Punk with Toys. So I don't know what the reveal is, but it should be cool. And it might be 118 related as well. We'll see.
Ooh, so that's like tonight at 9, 8 or 9?
10 Eastern. So whatever that is for everyone else in the universe.
A little later, yeah. I'm usually sleeping unfortunately.
Oh,
But-
Joe Ricondo's here. Let's say hi to him real
Hey,
quick.
hey, Joe, how are you? How'd the toy show go, man? He had a really nice setup. He shared a
Cool.
picture this morning.
Says he
you know,
just got home from that.
Nice.
Jeff Morris is looking for new Spin Master stuff.
There
Understandable.
is a new wave out there with the new Clayface, Batman and Robin, Nightwing, and then they have like a gold and silver variant of Joker, I believe.
Cool.
I have not
Scotty
seen
also
those.
mentioned, just while we're in the chat, Simpsons figures, $5 at Target. They're kind of Imaginext scale, but you could maybe make them 118 if you want to.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. All right, nice. So it looks like Lunchbox saw the Simpsons figures, and Joe Ricondo had an awesome toy show. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Thank you. That's awesome. So one thing I noticed, and this came up yesterday, was Lone Wolf Toys. That's Bobby Vance, and then some of his paint masters, I think, are done by Matt LaCroix, who is an awesome sculptor.
Oh yeah.
I've had his or featured his products on the show several times. He does a lot of great customs. If you remember at Joe Fest, he was the one that had the Axel Foley figure. That thing was awesome. Anyway, over on his website, he's doing a sale through the 11th for 20% off any of
Sweet.
the stuff that he has on his site there. And I just figured we'd just take a look at some of these great creations, and and I wonder
And
why.
before we
company
delve
like-
into them, Will, are
Yeah.
they resin prints? Are they unpainted? What do you get when you order from
Yeah,
this guy?
I believe what you're getting is the complete action figure here with O-ring, but it is unpainted. And I know there are a lot of talented people in the community like Mikey Kukovic or Matt LaCroix, and some of these people do commissions. There's other talented painters out there as well. So you
And I
could
think there's
probably
some
ship it to
how
them and
to
have it
yeah,
painted.
there's some tutorials on YouTube for painting resin as well. So it's a good project
Mikey
if you're
did a
interested.
great thing. So yeah, it's not a product that you could just buy and get, but if you really want to have an Invasion USA Chuck Norris, I don't remember what his character's name was in that movie, but I'm sure someone in the chat does. But I remember the movie, right? That was Invasion
Yeah.
USA.
That is.
Yeah. And then we've got You Son of a Bitch. We Dylan. We
From
got Dylan.
Predator.
That is a sweet figure, man. And,
I like that one.
Yeah, that is really nice. And that's
He would go
man.
good with your Delta 17 stuff too.
Well, I was going to show too. So here is the unproduced Rocky Balboa that was supposed to be in the Joe line. That's a really nice figure if you're a completionist or if you've checked out those books. We've got Roadhouse.
Nice.
Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, she would go great with the Joes. That would be a really
Yeah.
nice fit in. And to go with her, you also have Indy, an O-ring Indy, and that looks great. That's a good one. The A-Team. I mean, come
Those
on.
look good.
I just saw Analog Toys just did a feature on the O-ring A-Team figures, and the vehicles are. The gist of the video is that the vehicles are really nice and worth collecting. They're pretty pricey, but the figures left a lot to be desired. And
Yeah.
I have my 18 van over there, but what I did was just I kind of head swapped the Galoob figures. Those horrible, the head sculpts are pretty bad, but I head swapped them with like G.I. Joe bodies that I thought were close enough. But yeah, these would be great to pick up.
Now it's hard to tell from these renders, but are these mix and match? Can you take parts from these kits and maybe kit bash into something else, or are they all?
Absolutely. And I was going to show you after we get this. We have Action Jackson. Rest in
Nice.
peace. We got Axel Foley.
Cool.
Didn't he just pass?
Rocky.
He did, right?
He did
Carl Weathers
recently.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers did. Yeah.
Yeah. There's Rocky when he's doing collection for the mob, right? Rocky in his boxer shorts. Cobretti. Sly.
Oh,
There's Michael
Boba
Knight.
Hicks. I did not know this. Matt Hunter was the name of
Thank
Chuck's
you.
character in Invasion
Yeah.
USA. I never remembered
Call
that.
me Snake. You got Snake
Nice.
Plissken here, and you got
John
Baba
Wick.
Yaga, John
Yeah.
Wick. You got
The
Hulk Hogan,
Hollywood
brother.
Hogan.
Yeah, Hollywood Hogan. Miami Vice, or not Miami Vice, Magnum PI, and Dutch. You
Commando.
son of a
Yeah.
bitch. There he is. And then you also got
The
that
Bandit.
horrible Burt Reynolds and the
Phantom.
Phantom. So let me just show you this real quick though. So if you want to go on his site, let me share this real quick, because you could, if you don't want to get all of this stuff, like those are the complete figures, right? You just want to pick up the heads and have a run at them
Ah.
yourself. $5 each, and they have different post styles, so they can fit the swivel O-ring figureheads. So if you want to do a simple like unmasked commando, that's a really nice figure. That's like a Snake Eyes with no mask, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just take a Snake Eyes figure and put that in there. Now, good luck on the painting of that, because there is some fine detail there, but
Anybody who's done any like miniature painting, you can do this. It's not that hard.
Yeah. But you got a lot of really great options here. As a matter of fact, I took advantage of the sale, and I'll just share with you that I did order one of each of the 18 heads. And I figured
Nice.
what I'd try and do is take a crack at them. Yeah, for $20 less 20%. That's a really sweet deal. I'd be willing to take a stab at it, and then use them on Joe bodies for now. And eventually, if I get the funding, I'd love to pick up the bodies, because they're sculpted so well. But you've got all the great heads that you could think of. Now, there's other categories as well. So check this out. So you have accessories, full body action figures, O-ring style parts. So if you just need the legs, female jeans with a waist for $10, that's a sweet deal. You need adapters for your heads.
Yeah, anything O-ring, you can do some great kit bash with these parts. That's awesome.
But so maybe you got a figure with a broken crotch. You give them some New York snake legs with that cool holster and boots. You know what I mean? Those look fantastic. You hook an O-ring through them and you're set. That's a nice. Anyway, those are really great. Or sometimes people want to do like you got a guy and you just want to do a sleeveless shirt or something style. It's hard to find like just muscle arms. You can pick those up. These are great. I mean, and he does such a great job. He's so awesome. I met him at Joe Fest. But you got torsos, and then you've got female torsos are hard to find, and some of them don't look great. Some of the older sculpts, so you could even update them. But if you need a guy with a suit, you got suit. You've got
some of the female torsos are a bit better endowed than some of the mass market ones.
So that would be
actually
a good
look like women. Yeah.
I would say go into his site just for these, because these are the infamous crotch breaks that you have on some of your characters. You find one here that's similar enough. You could pick this up, paint it to match, and it's a really good, inexpensive repair you could do,
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, Lone Wolf Toys, I love the stuff that they do. If you could, definitely save some money.
Scotty has a question. Would any of those neck adapters work for the adventure figures that come from like the Walmart sets, like the trucks and
I've
things?
never taken one of those apart, so I don't know. I do know that on some of those, I'd say you're better off if the figure's a little loose rather than too tight, because if it's too tight, you either have to Dremel the post or the body. If it's a little too loose, you could just wrap some Teflon tape around it or shore it up some other way and get a good fit. I don't have them right here. Maybe I have them right here. I was going to show you. I was trying to do. Oh yeah, he's right here. So for my Thunder Battalion, because I got a couple of them, that's the troop builder from Delta 17. I went ahead and grabbed a Strike Force Alpha head.
Oh yeah,
and I put him on there. And I thought he'd be like
similar,
like a squad leader, but it's a little loose. But that's not a problem, because I could just take a little bit of, like I said, a little Teflon tape, wrap it up, and close them back up again. I was just trying out different heads to see how they would look. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You could have a good time doing that.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, Mython popped in. Good to see you, buddy.
Mython, what's happening, brother? So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that Phantom does look nice. I mean, if you're into O-ring and you want some of these figures that they should have, no brainer, they should have produced, you could really, really get some
Yeah.
nice, some figures there.
Yes,
It is a Mr. Rogers shirt. Yeah.
it is, because it's all good in the hood.
I love it. That's great. So anyway, that popped up just yesterday. I think I saw him on social media, and I'm usually sharing them. We've featured him on the show before, but since I didn't have anything for the show, I figured that'd be a good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
The other thing is that cool. We've all been waiting very patiently for Acid versus Beta to show up in the States. We wanted this new product line from Chat May. I know we've been talking about it since last year. I was really happy that they were going with kind of like a theme. It's a sci-fi theme, but they had some cool products. Definitely did a lot of advertising and good marketing campaign, but it never really showed up on U.S. soil. So it looks like maybe to entice some of the retailers in the US, they're teaming up with Soldier Force and kind of releasing the products as Soldier Force items. And we're getting them. They right now are doing a promotional thing where they have it. You download this picture, you color it, you send it back into them, and you could win the new special edition Beta Bot figures that are recolored in like
Why
any
are you
similarities
yelling,
to
Boba?
He just really wanted to get us
He's very excited. Lord of Thane is here. Good to see you.
nice. How's it going, buddy? So I like the recolors. You have green and like a tan, and they did listen to us because we did say during that suggestion thing, a lot of people were saying sell those bots in packs of 5 or 4, and that looks like a 4-pack of bots, and this is what you could win.
In military colors too, which is great
Yeah.
for guys doing military stuff. So these are like
So,
OD green,
go ahead.
coyote
Yeah.
brown. Yeah.
Download that slide, color it up. I didn't see an age thing on that, so I'm sure adults could participate. And you could actually scan this QR code right now and download the slides that you have to paint.
Scotty has a point. It can't be a recolor until you get the original color in your hands. We haven't gotten the red and blue ones yet, so
I know.
Yeah.
It sucks,
technicality.
but, yeah.
A lot of people watching the Olympics today. I don't know what events are on. I know
I
the shooter
don't
from
either.
Turkey, the pistol guy, was really impressive. I haven't
Yeah,
really caught up.
Well, I guess they use a ton of extra equipment and special glasses and stuff, and he just went up like wearing dollar store readers and just shot in 1 silver. So
impressive.
And they recently released this one. It's a double mech playset. It's a Sam's Club exclusive. They usually do these like holiday packs that they put out for. Once again, it's the base, 2 mechs, 2 figures, a motorcycle, and everything. And the good news is I got it right over here. So
Cool.
if you saw that over the week, we could take a look at the difference. But this is some of the things. They updated the arms. Now you have a missile launcher. They updated the legs. So they're a little nicer there. You've got the figures are not as good as the ones that they were promising with the Acid versus Beta. But here it is. I got it in. And just so you can see, I think these pictures. The one
it does
Soldier
have,
Force figure.
I was going to say the
is
figures aren't
good.
as good, but the mechs have some upgrades to them as far as the legs and arms. And they still have the electronic sounds and lights.
They do. You know, it's funny. I didn't try them, so I don't know if they're the same sounds, but I would imagine they are. So this is the old one. Yeah. And this is the new one. Let's see. I will tell you one thing about the new ones is this missile launcher. The tab to shoot it is right here. And I accidentally grab it all the time and shoot myself. I shot myself like it went right by my face. Like I just
Oh,
nearly. Oh,
it's not picking up on your mic real well, but
it's not
is it
coming
a
out, but it is.
new
It's
sound
different.
effect? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little more. It's a little
Okay.
more
Sci-fi.
futuristic. Yeah. This one's just like stomp, 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 and then like this one's like it's doing laser noises. I don't know.
Cool. I just make the noises in my head anyway. I don't need a sound
Yeah.
effect.
I actually
Gogitron's here.
didn't.
He's been binging
Oh,
the new Batman animated. I'm
yeah.
curious how that is. I've heard mixed reviews because they've made some lore changes. But
I've checked out a couple episodes, and you know, I would say that Chapman usually doesn't have articulation on their figures, but they did include elbow, knee, wrist articulation on these so they could ride the motorcycle it comes with. Which
that's not
I
bad.
have seen some of these discount sets. They have like a vehicle, and they give you a figure that can't go in it or on it, and you're like,
Right.
what the hell?
The bike
So that's
looks
good.
a little undersized, or is that just the way the picture's angled?
It
That's
is. It's a small one, and this bike has probably been reused a bunch of times by Chapman.
sure.
But as you can see, the joints are not that terrible because there he is holding on, and his wrist is holding up the whole figure's weight there. And I just want to demonstrate that, it's like they're loose joints, but they're not like they're stiff enough to hold a pose. So that was pretty good. This guy I was looking forward to was the
Robo Dog. I can't remember
the
who
Robo
makes it in real
Dog.
life. One of the big companies.
Oh, Boston
Wraith.
Dynamics.
Is it
makes
Boston Dynamics? Yep.
Yeah, they make so you snap them together, it comes on a little sprue there, right? The legs don't move. That's weird. They're just stuck on there in that position. Like they don't rotate and they don't articulate at all. But the head
Bummer.
and the gun on the back do. So you can
Oh,
get
okay.
some decent poses out of them. It's a nice little accessory on the side. Same thing with the drone. It's really just a single piece, and it's hollow on the bottom. But once again, it's a little bonus item. It's an accessory that came with it. You could still have some fun. It's not, a full functioning toy. Um, wow. Wraith Mace is here. Hey, Wraith Mace, how are you? It looks like he sent a super chat, man. Hey, can't wait to see a Joy Toy Warhammer 40K figure on here. Well, I refer to you with all of that because you are the expert on that. And I was gonna say that your latest video is excellent. Everyone should check that out. I'm gonna post a link to it in the beginning because listen, quite frankly, and guys, you want to go check out Wraith Mace's video. Joy Toy
Oh, yeah.
Warhammer 40K is beautiful. I mean, just amazing. They're expensive too, though, and it's just a line that I haven't touched yet, and I should get at least one, But I live vicariously through Wraith Mace when it comes to all of my Warhammer 40K stuff. And if
Yeah.
you want to know more about it, it is an awesome 1/18 scale line. I mean,
Joy
probably
Toy
the
has gone,
pinnacle.
yeah. They've gone really deep in the lore. They're doing several factions, including Grey Knights. They've done a few. I think there's some orcs in there as well. All the different Space Marine factions chapters, including some.
And thank you. Wraith Mace also gifted a channel membership. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Nice.
That's great. And looks like Logic Blaster is here. What's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Jeremy's here. Lindquist, late to the party, but
Hey,
here.
what's
Cool.
happening, bud?
Somebody else popped in. I meant there he is. It's Logic Blaster. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, what's happening? Did we get your comment? I don't know. What comment was it? Was it earlier?
May have been. Chat is busy today.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking.
Phantom looks amazing. Oh no, here they should give us more X-Men.
I
really love
the Epic Heroes.
Ones. We should get more characters. Oh yeah, I totally agree with you, man. 100%. I would love to see them go nuts with that. And unfortunately, they don't give any news. So that's the thing about like the Epic Hero stuff is it's not like the Marvel what is it, what is their 6-inch line, the their series,
Marvel
whatever they're called,
Legends.
the Marvel Legends
Which ones?
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't necessarily follow them, but there is plenty of news put out about them, and tons of channels carry them. Unfortunately, like with the kids lines, like Spin Master or Marvel Epic Hero series, they just kind of show up at retail, and that's when we find out about them. And you know what? That missile just fired on its own. That's so funny.
Ha!
So
You might have to leave
uh,
that one out of the
yeah, it
mech.
just kind of it's definitely flawed. It fires on its own. Oh, it's weird. But
Jeremy's
yeah.
collecting Ultramarines, Black Legion, and Sons of Horus. That's
Ooh,
even that's a lot. I like the Space Wolves; those are probably my favorite. And they've done some
okay.
great models at Joy Toy.
Yeah.
Those are kind of neat.
So yeah, we just find them in the stores. Here we've got the base, which comes with a like a little elevator. You could see it like it's empty. It's like hollow on the back. Like they didn't even put like a thing on there. So it's kind of. I'm not saying it's lame, but it's it's not made like it's a play set, and
Yeah.
in all sense,
Let me.
like it does have some nice play features, but it's not you know, all the back, anything that's not directly showing is hollow in the back, and your
Right.
finger can fall out through it. But it does articulate and it moves, and you can work on your mech, so that's kind of fun.
A
And it
little bit
does
of
slide
paint.
up and down.
It'll look good on a
Yeah,
shelf. It's a good diorama piece,
yeah.
and
It
definitely
slides.
highlights the mech.
It's very much like a Kids Connection set. If you've seen any of those at the Walmarts recently, they have like a little space set. But they did add some. You see those nice stickers with like
Yeah,
the mech blueprints, and over here they got a little world map, and there's nice little places, but it's definitely worth it. Like I think
sure.
this is a good value. Um,
Especially if you're
like
somebody world building, making your shelves like that. It's a great soup starter to build something with.
mhm.
Oh,
So I
Logic
like it.
Blaster's asking about vehicle news. I mean, these mechs, we did see a few people have been getting the Batman Spin Master 89
Um,
Batwing in hand. Other than
that
that,
one,
I
yeah,
don't think
that one
there's a lot
came
of
in.
news.
So really, other than these, like you got this new recolor, which is like that military kind of tan, and then you have the green, which is the same as last year's Soldier Force green. Um, with the updated legs and claws. So they're a little nicer, as you could see on like if you remember the original ones when we did the mech contest last year, a lot of people didn't like that it was like hollow inside the legs. You see that?
Yep. So
And
the
and yeah, so they were a little more kind of flimsy. They were cheaper made. This is a little more solid. And the one thing though, they said they transforming
the
feet
treads.
that turn into tank treads. These are just for show. They don't have wheels or anything. So it's
Oh,
just, an aesthetic choice. It's still kind of cool, but
yeah,
it doesn't function or do anything. So you
looks
just,
cool.
you just switch that. Yeah, it just looks cool. It's not it's something to do with the figure rather than, just sit there. I'd say for $40, it's a sweet deal, or it's like $36.99. But you can see you get all of that. That's enough to have a good time, I think.
Absolutely. Just looking at the chat. Oh,
Yeah,
Tropical
these are just
Storm
some.
Debbie is coming up. I haven't gotten any of that here in Guatemala yet, but yeah, I think Florida's getting
Yeah,
hit a bit.
look at that. So yeah, that's just once again the tank treads. If you try to do 1-in-1, he stands a little crooked. So the treads make him a little shorter.
Yeah.
Or the tank tracks. I know they're not technically treads. Or
Scotty's waiting for
um,
that converting motorcycle flight pack thing that we saw with Acid versus Beta. Hasn't had a
yes,
US
that's
release
cool. But that
yet.
Spider cannon, it was like the tank with spider legs, was the one that I wanted. I wanted to army build the shit out of that. And just for an update, if you live in an area that has HEB stores or HEB stores, whatever you call them, they did say that acid versus beta stuff would start arriving in August at those stores. So if you're in the Texas area, because I think that that company is headquartered in Texas, it may be in some of the surrounding states as well. Check your stores because they should be showing up.
Yep, I agree with Beta Ray. These play sets are great value. It's a good way to start, and it's better than what Hasbro's been putting out with some of their hallways to nowhere and stairs that go to nothing.
Sure. Yeah, like I said, even though it's not, it's not fully featured or functional, or the back is not fully formed, you put that up against the wall and you got yourself a solid little play area, to plus your
Yep.
mech stores in there. Mm-hmm.
And it 118s very well with any universe
Oh, yeah.
you're working in, including
That
Star
claw
Wars,
that
like
it comes
Python.
with too, it has a little trigger on the back. It works great. It's spring loaded, so you get a little. I should show you that. That's great. Um,
Jeremy's asking where this is available. This is a Sam's Club exclusive at this point. Is that correct?
yes, and I think I've got a link somewhere, but
Oh, you were showing
me
the
see.
claw. Beware
oh
the claw.
yeah. Yeah. Did you see it? Or let me show it again. Hold on, I'll bring
Okay.
it back up. I just want you to see that it works. That's like probably my favorite
Will
function.
Will it hold up a figure?
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah. Here's what we got, Bane. Let's snatch this sucker up. Right, Bane.
You think the claw is your ally?
There we go. And you can, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it's got a good hold on him, but it wouldn't hurt a kid or anything. It's not like it's not enough to like grab your little brother or sister and hurt them, but it's enough for fun. Oh yeah, there you go. There's an example. There's so I would not leave that missile fired on its own. That's not the first time it happened. I thought I hit the button on accident. I think it just slips on its own.
It's got a hair
Anyway,
trigger.
that's the chat May thing there. I'll see if I could get a link.
Oh,
for the
Ian's
Sam's
seeing
Club if
on
you
the
want.
other end of the wallet spectrum, there's a Star Tours vehicle that's come out about $300. Yow.
Ooh,
Yak Face has some pics
Yeah.
of that.
that does
Let's
not
take a look.
look
Those are cool,
fair.
Yeah.
$300 for a 118 scale vehicle. I mean, that's far from I don't know. It's up to you.
It depends on the vehicle. I
That's-
mean, if it's
Yeah.
I guess if it's like a showpiece of your collection or something, but yeah, it's big on that's a big chunk of the wallet.
It's definitely outside of my.
Oh, World Made of
Yeah,
Cardboard has an HEB near him, so that's a good place to check out some of the Chat May stuff. Apparently, they're going to carry some of this or have some of it, but we don't know what. It's hard to get accurate news at this point.
Yeah, I'm looking here for this. I can't find it now. I'll drop the link in. I'll drop the link in the comments later because I'm not finding it. I'm logged out of my account apparently, and I don't want to go through all that. Woodman's here and Richard Vasquez. How you doing? And someone else. Hey. So yeah, not too much more. Let me see. The only other thing I had was just a follow up on the Transformers collab. They had the Triple T with Leatherneck and Sarge, and I just wanted to point this out because in the promotional slide here, it shows Leatherneck and Sarge coming up to under the knee of Cup, which just didn't seem to sit right for me. And I don't have the picture from SDCC, but I made my own approximation of it. So I just edited it, and Cup is actually probably smaller than this. Both figures, I saw someone walked by on a video, and they were up to his waist at least. The Triple T is not a large vehicle, and
Right.
just like that makes it look enormous. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
not even close to that.
not
It's
accurate.
more like,
Yeah.
and I think this is inaccurate as well. I think the Cup is actually smaller than this. This is just as close as I could get. Just
Right.
it was hard to do because they were walking by, and I just had to like pause the video. But I don't know. That just kind of annoyed me, so I'm just nitpicking. Um, so yeah, the next thing we had was the
Oh, Bjorn put a
Star Tours
link
video.
to
Oh,
Yak
okay.
Face for that Star Tours vehicle. If you want to see it, check it
Cool.
out there. Jeff is looking at Sam's Club stuff for the military mission tank playset.
Ooh, what's that? Yeah, so they do sometimes like where it's just a tank. So it's like two vehicles. They'll have like a whole pallet. Last
Yeah,
year they had
especially
the big command center
I was going to say
and a
October,
tank.
November, when they start ramping up for Christmas,
Mhm.
Sam's Club has a bunch of different sets at reasonable prices.
Yep. We had the GI Joe boat challenge where we were putting it out there if you wanted to grab one of these. Oh, you found it, Jeremy. Good. That's great.
Speaking of things that are
Hey,
interesting and
Ted.
exclusive to find, Ted is here. We talked about your show tonight. We're looking forward to what you're going to announce. So if you want to give us
Mhm.
some teases, please do.
So yeah, so this was due last week, guys. If you wanted to submit a picture of your custom, these were like $5 boats made by the formerly known as the Gay Toys Inc. or American Plastic Inc. They fit 1/18 scale figures perfectly. They're great. So this was a contest we did a couple of years ago. Oh, Ted, don't mention it, man. I sent him a little surprise gift last week that I've been meaning to send him for a while. So, Ted,
Oh,
I hope
this is an
you enjoyed
important note. Jeff mentioned that when you look on Sam's Club, they're calling the mechs tanks. So you might have to look for them by
that.
tank if you're looking on the website, which is
Yeah, because I thought it
confusing.
was called the double mech playset or something. I mean, I could go back and look for it here. I thought it was called the double
Interesting.
mech playset, but it's what I call it member maker's mark. It's the member's mark. Uh,
Right.
it
Not to be
was
confused with the
displayed.
alcoholic beverage. Yes.
Yeah, it's not Chat May or whatever. It's like listed as their brand, their store brand. So I don't know if
Right.
like Chat May will get you it.
Pirates of the Galaxy making an important public service announcement. Remember, hit that like button because it helps channels out. That is true.
Yeah, I can't find it here. I don't know why it's not showing up. Like if you have the link, it goes right to it. But if you search it, Members
Yeah,
Mark
Jeff.
Military Mission Tank Fellowship. Okay,
Okay.
I'm searching
That's
that
what to
right
look
now.
for. Now we know.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And knowing is
There we
Mython's
go.
working on a
Military.
boat. He
Oh, it
just
has the
hasn't
wrong
gotten to it.
picture on it still. That's funny. It still has the wrong picture. Like it has the mech from like 2 years ago on like the lead picture. Here's the link here, guys. You could. I found it. There we go. But I ordered it, and that's what you get. You get the actual double mech playset. So, yeah, here were some nice boats that people submitted. This was back in like 2019, to tell the truth, long before anything. But these are some boats that people made in the past. I figured, I think I picked these up for like $1 each on clearance. Aaron, the toy enhancer, not related to this challenge, but just if you want to see a cool boat, he did a Delta 17 custom out of a RC boat he
Ours.
found at like Walmart, and
Yeah, that was a
that was
great
really
video.
cool. Yeah, excellent video. Go over there and check out Aaron's
Yep.
thing.
It's Chad made a
Chad did,
custom from
yeah,
Battle Corps Rangers, which was an unproduced or unreleased prototype.
and it's strikingly similar in design to the cheapy boat. And here's mine. It's not done. It's a work in progress. I just got so busy at work and crap, but I was trying to emulate the awesome aesthetic of the SAS Panther from the Action Force line that I recently picked up,
Yeah,
and
you
add
got the
to it. I was
colors
hoping
right.
I could get, I could get like a trailer, and I could have them. This is like their little patrol boat or attack boat, and I'll hold it up here. Anyway, the paint came out kind of rough. Some of my bits are held on there with bubble gum right now. I just didn't have a chance to really, nail it down or get some logos on there. It'd be nice to get the that little SAS logo
Yeah.
sticker on there. But yeah, I thought it'd be a nice companion piece to my little set. And I have these were from Black Major. The figures I'm using is my stand-in SAS figures. They were called Space Force figures from Black Major, but just like I like the color scheme on them, and I thought that they fit in well with the SAS stuff. So because I don't have any Palatoy Action Force figures, so
Cool.
now they're my stand-ins.
Mython's working on a boat custom. He said he'll eventually show it on his Instagram when he gets that finished. So we look
Okay.
forward to that.
Cool. And here's them scooping up next to knockoff Sergeant Slaughter, hanging out.
With the
And-
Q Force vehicle.
Yeah. So when I eventually finish that, I will check it out. And here is, I just wanted to, going to be proud
morning.
about this.
Retro Tinker. Good to see you.
I finally found a Super 7 action figure that I bought at full price, and that was Red Jackal. He is a remake of the Palatoy figure,
Palatoy.
which was a repainted Destro from the 80s. And he is the driver of the Hyena tank, which is a red HISS tank that I picked up recently. We saw that. And the prices on the secondary market for a Palatoy Jackal are in the hundreds, or at least like $100 or more just for the figure. So as a quick $20 alternative, I went ahead and grabbed that Super 7 and it fits pretty nicely.
Yeah.
So,
For
I
a
have a
lower cost replacement, if you don't have an original, that's a good way to go. I'm not a huge fan of the 5 POA Super 7s, but that one's
Sure.
pretty cool for what you're using it
Yeah.
for.
I've picked up a couple of them on clearance because I thought they'd really, make neat background characters and whatever. But for this one, I really wanted to have a driver with it, so I just bought it. Target, yeah,
Cool.
Target has them, and
Nice.
just so happened that I got it in stock, and then I saw it on the pegs, and I was like, you got me this time. This time you got me, guys, because yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
to
it
have
looks
him
great.
in the cockpit and on the shelf,
Mhm.
it looks pretty good.
Oh, the next part is, this is very important. I need everyone's attention. We have a toy that has been popping up. Yeah, they really do fit in. Guys, we've got to talk about Vivitar's Robo Dinocopter. Folks, this toy popped up I think at a Ross store about 6 months ago. And since then I passed on it. This transforms on its own, folks. It lights up and it has a mist spraying effect, right?
Oh, out of the
This
mouth,
one's
it's got
orange.
a blast thing.
It
Okay.
doesn't quite 118. Like, you couldn't put a figure in the cockpit, but there's got to be a way we can incorporate this thing because it is just awesome. And unlike your daddy's Robo Tank or Robocopter, this one automatically transforms and shifts into a dinosaur. All right?
Interesting.
This one enhances play with light and sound effects. Does your toy do that? This one, you can load water in for realistic mist spray action. And this one helicopters on its own with smart bump and go movements.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would be very curious to see if somebody can make this 118. Find a way to make a 118 figure interact with it, whether they're hanging onto it as a hang glider or figure a way
This
to.
purple one is pretty sharp, but I passed on this. I think this is the one I saw at Joe Fest. This was in so everywhere I
there you
go.
Ian's got it.
You
It's
know what?
it's a drone. Yeah.
It's a remote drone. and these dinocopters are coming for you. So
There you go.
and look at I never noticed this, but if you look on the side, the sticker right on the side wing, it says, does that say fierce? I think it does. So
It is fierce.
guys, it is fierce. So I'm gonna put the challenge out
Scotty's
there.
saying it does kind of have a Zoid Starriers kind of vibe to it, and they have something similar in that line. Yeah, you can make this work.
Look at this one. We've got green and black with a red canopy. That's really sharp. It's called my mouth. Yeah.
Make my own sound effects. That's right. Oh,
I don't
and
know,
this is
man.
only $10 at Ross. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Got to get at least one.
This one, I gotta pick it up. I gotta tell you, it's like back to school shopping here at my Ross. So the line was out the door. So I was like, hell no. I left it there. So I'm tempted to get it now and figure out a way to make this thing. I mean, ultimately, if you could alter the cockpit to put a figure in it, this thing would rule the skies. But even if it just uses those tiny dino hands on the bottom and just holds one.
Well, just, like Ian was saying, if you just want to have it as a drone robotic adversary for your mechs or whatever, it'll work. It's cool.
Yeah. I don't know which one I like the best, though.
Yeah.
Look at this purple. That looks nice. Like the paint job extends down onto the arms. This one's kind of plain. It's just silver. Well, it keeps popping up. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to get one of these eventually. So,
yeah, World Made of Cardboard says the water mist effect does not work well with cardboard. So
no,
that is one downside to it.
As their arch enemy, Dinocopter.
Fierce. Bjorn is starting a new meme. Hashtag fierce. That's right.
So yeah, I want to get in on this and go back and I'll update you guys on the prices.
Scotty found some VTech stuff. He'll be showing that on his Instagram, so we'll check that out later.
Oh, okay. I think he sent it to me.
Okay.
It's a
2-in-1 Spino Speedster. It sounds interesting.
I think I have seen these switch and go vehicles at Walmart or.
Could you put lighter fluid in the spray mist to make a flamethrower? Don't try this at home unless you're outside away from your pets.
Yeah. Whose idea was that? Because I'm not looking at this screen.
That was Jeremy.
Oh, okay. What are these things?
I like the way you think.
VTech Switch and Go. Actually, I think I got one of these from my grandson. He wanted one. VTech Switch and Go. Yeah. They have like a whole Switch and Go. They're like transforming vehicles that do like a beast mode and let's see if I can find some of them. Here we go. I'm going to do this instead. Thank you for sending me the picture there, Scotty. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you a Walmart here so you can see them. See, these are VTech Switch and Go. They have like a one button transformation. So like they're real easy to do. Like you just push a button and they just go and they spring up into Dino mode. They're very
undersized. The 2-in-1. Okay. Yeah. Well, they're cool though. So something fun to play with.
You could definitely see how like Dinocopter's kind of derivative of this, right? Like, like definitely trying to capture that that same style or whatever it is.
Right. So. Lord of Thane's got an early morning tomorrow, so he's going to let us be his lullaby. Just listen to our dulcet tones.
Oh, go to sleep. Lord of Thane.
Ian is very curious to know what Palatoy stuff you have added. We know you picked up some stuff recently.
So this is pretty much the gist of it. So I think I've been talking about this for like a year now that, that's the final frontier for me. Like Palatoy Action Force, something I didn't even know existed. I definitely want to get into it, but it's a very expensive, right? So I'm a thrifty toy collector. So you've all heard the exciting story of how I met the guy in the elevator. And he was like, I'm from the UK. You ever hear of Palatoy? And I was like, have I ever? And he sold me this for a very, very fair price. So I couldn't resist. I had to get it. So I got the the SAS
Panther.
which was one of my like absolute grail pieces. So like, I never realistically thought I would ever own the original Palatoy Robo Skull. So this was like my consolation prize. Like I was like, but that SAS Panther looks sweet, and I have a nice vamp collection. So
Very cool.
I felt satisfied that like I had achieved Grail status when I got this and brought it home from Joe Fest. What I usually do, and this is like, if you guys remember like the MASH toys, so like I'm looking for toys and they're like prohibitively expensive. I'll just like save a search listing on eBay, and I'll search like multiple variations of it. Like I had Robo Skull Palatoy loose, Palatoy Robo Skull parts, Palatoy Robo Skull whatever, like because I was even willing to buy just like the main body and then design and 3D print my own wings and accessories for it if I could find a carcass. Because the that thing they sold one at GI Joe at Joe Fest. There was a complete one, but it sold within minutes, and it was like $1,200. It's like really,
Ouch.
really expensive. Yeah. Anyway, lo and behold, a couple weeks ago, eBay alert, it says new item listed, and it was the Robo Skull, the hyena, the I forget what the cannon's called. It's like it was like the HAL, but it's called like the Devastation Cannon or something great. The Shadow Track vehicle and the boat, which I don't remember the name of that either.
Oh, the Q
Like five
Force.
vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was five vehicles for way below what even a RoboSkull would cost, and I dropped a bid on it just to see what would happen, and I was at work, and it was like, "You won, pay now."
Nice.
And came to about $80 for the like I
That's a
couldn't believe
great
it.
deal. Even
For
incomplete,
just
that's a good deal these
per
days.
piece. So it would be like 80 times 5, like so it'd be like anyway, I'm still trying to pay that off, but I did just sell my what was it, the Blackbird jet from X-Men, I sold that. I got like $200 for that. So
The
anyway,
Toy Biz one.
um
Yep.
yeah, the
Oh,
Toy Biz
Johnny
one.
Sorensen's popping in. It's morning for him on the
Morning,
other side
morning,
of the
gents.
world.
So if that answers your question, Ian, I have no figures, just the 6 vehicles now. But so I'm so happy that I got them because
Ian
I never
Ian
thought.
does Ian does have a good challenge for our friends. Pick up that copter and do some 118 toy photography with it next to one of your other 118 bits. I think that would be cool. See how it works. I think it'll
That
work good
would
with the
be
mech.
great. Well, I kind of like the idea. Like I incorporated Delta 17 Shadow Dragon and the like, is their kind of Shadow Dragon came up with, he found this old technology that used to ravage the lands back in the 80s, and he's
There you
using it.
go.
He's taking it for today, so that'll be his secret weapon. I've got Wild Weasel in there, and then the Retro Wolf Trooper from Skeletron that they were selling at Joe Fest. So that's the O-ring homage figure. I don't have the original because, like I said, those figures are like $100 each. They're really expensive. And
Oh, Ian is putting together a care package for you,
Ian,
Wilhelm.
if you need anything that is only available in the U.S., you let me know. And yes, I would be more than happy to ship it. Like I said, I I have not been this excited, and I probably don't express it as much like on the stream because like I have a hard time doing it. But like winning this auction and like it's amazing to me. Like I feel like I won the lottery because like I never dreamed. Like I said, I was searching like broken Robo Skulls that I could like hobble together. I was working on like trying to just come up with some kind of way to reproduce that like
Oh
3D print
yeah.
it or something.
So yeah, we
Um,
love all things Palatoy, and just a reminder: English chocolate is better than American chocolate. I'm just saying. Just
that's
saying.
what
If
I
you're sending a
hear,
care
and I still
package,
haven't had any. Yeah, I haven't had any, so I do. I've been hearing this for years. I'd love to check it out. I was even saying that would it be cost effective to take a trip to the UK just to go to like a boot sale that they have over there and try to pick up some of this, like because the guy that I met at Joe Fest, he was from Ireland, and he said, he's like, these things are easy to find over there. He's like, it's like G.I. Joe over here. He's like, I find them all the time. He's like, so what him and a friend did was they collected all year, flew over with suitcases full of Palatoy Action Force stuff to sell to us Americans at a higher rate. So, yeah,
Yep.
I'm
Trading with,
thrilled.
yeah,
Like I said, nothing's
taking
made me
advantage
feel
of
like a kid
the,
more
that's it.
than this Palatoy Action Force stuff. It's just a shame
Yeah.
that I didn't get it when it wasn't like well known or expensive, because I would have loved to
Yeah.
do that.
We're kind of coming late to the game. My grail for Palatoy is the AF3. I would like to get one of those.
I've
So it's
been
on my
looking for
list.
Well, Largo,
One
I
of these days.
also have the same search kind of saved searches for AF3, ever since we started talking about this. And no good deals have come up. I found like the boat. I could always find like that roof boat for like a good price, but I can never find. Actually, at Joe Fest, when I got the Panther, I said, "Do you have an AF3?" The guy had one, but it was already sold.
Nope. Well,
Yeah,
it'll happen
and,
eventually. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I've been looking for that for you, because I love it. I love it.
It's I like it because it's classic Palatoy. It's before the Hasbro influence. It's from the original Action Force line before Z Force and everybody. It's just a cool vehicle.
Mhm.
So, it's just my thing.
Yeah. Bjorn, the AF3, he's asking here. I'll see if I can find one. I'll pull it
Yeah,
up.
the AF3 was the original Action Force, one of the original vehicles. It's a Jeep style vehicle. Also came with a boat that would fit on the roof. You could take it off and use it separately.
Yeah, that's what made it.
Parts of
I
that
love that
eventually got
they
used
were
on other vehicles. Yeah, they turned the boat into an SAS stealth boat.
Yeah, but they were really smart about added play features like that.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
that is just a really good. So here's just a Google image search. So
Yeah,
so
that's
you can
it.
see it. It's about the size of a vamp. It's comparable to the vamp,
It's,
and that
yeah,
that roof does come off and become a boat, which is really just a cool feature.
yeah. And this ended
But
up
yeah,
getting repackaged as a Z Force vehicle with a different
hmm
nomenclature later on without the boat, I think. But
yeah.
yeah, just this one. And there was another one of the, was it AF5 or AF7 was the one that could fly, but could also be a land vehicle. I can't remember which one it is, but they had
I think it
several
will.
cool Palatoy vehicles that were unique
Mhm. And like
before
I said, it's the
the,
final frontier. It's like after so many years of, and of course GI Joe is so expansive that like I'll be watching a stream like that Chad's doing on the '90s, and I'm like, I never knew that existed. So there is stuff, even though I'm a lifelong fan of GI Joe, that I find myself surprised that there's even products or characters that I didn't know were created. But
oh yeah,
uh, all of that
a
Palatoy
great,
Action Force stuff
I was going to
is
say a
just
great resource was, and I don't have it within hand. There was a book put out, um, a year ago, 2 years ago, about Action Force that has all of the Palatoy designs.
mhm.
They're doing a campaign right now for Battle Action Force comics where they're putting hardcover collections. It's the same company that made that. So if you're into
Yeah.
Palatoy, there's some good
As
reference
far
books
as
out
like,
there.
I think
You know what? I'll
Ian
go grab
said,
the book.
depending on what he could find, he'll send one package to me and leave me to ferry stuff to Guatemala for you. Yeah, I'm Jim's Guatemala fence. I sent it.
That's it.
Well, I sent it to Miami. Yeah, I sent it. And
Whoops.
good.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was just going to
Well, thank
turn my
you, Ian.
camera
I
off so I can go
appreciate
grab that
that.
book.
Yeah. And Mython saying that he got a complete Roboskull earlier this year. Had to have it as a TIE pilot of the 501st. Yeah. It's definitely, yes, it definitely shares inspiration from the TIE fighter. It was made around that time. So I think the Roboskull's from 1982 or 83, if I believe. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, here.
So
This is a book I was thinking
absolutely
about.
inspired
Um,
by that.
this
And
was by Brian Hickey and Patty Lemon. David McDonald put this out. I think it was a year ago. There's 2 volumes. I have the first volume, which has all the pictures and images of some of the original Palatoy designs and some of the Hasbro stuff that came later. Like I said, there's
that
a
is
second
awesome.
volume of this book. They also have a book that they put out that is Bob Breakin talking about his time as a designer.
Yes,
And
his
like I
Paleto
said,
story.
yeah, it's a great one too.
Mhm.
I can't remember. Yeah, the newest campaign is for the Battle Action Force comics, and I have one of the annuals from 1987. So it's reprints
Oh,
of these stories from Battle Action Force, and these are cool. So it's it's got some cool designs, like they had blueprints for vehicles in them. I don't know how well that's
I
showing up on
love it.
camera.
Those were my favorite. Those blueprints. I would just have
Um,
them hung. When I was a kid, I had the little fold-up brochure with all the figures and the checklist,
oh yeah.
and then
So they
all the
had some,
vehicle blueprints on my
yeah,
wall.
they had some color spreads, and so you can see some of these are Hasbro designs. Like
Love
there's a
it.
claw here. There's some Space Force.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah.
neat stuff. Most of the comics were in black and white, but they had color inserts. So that's
That's
something to look
great.
for if you're into Action
And
Force from
I think
Palatoy.
Ian Sweeney definitely wrapped up Roboskull equals TIE fighter viewed under the effects of Scarecrow's fear gas. That that is an
Yeah,
accurate
it is.
description because when I'm trying to explain it to people like that don't know about it and like how significant it is, because I show something like this to my wife and she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever," you know.
There's all kinds of
Yeah,
great toy photography in here, so you can really get an idea. This thing is a
yeah,
nightmare. It's nightmare fuel when it's coming
it
at you.
really is, in the best way possible. And
Oh yeah.
of the Palatoy Action Force stuff. So, like if you were to buy a USS Flag or Defiant Space Shuttle system, right? Those are like rail pieces, and there's even like Facebook groups devoted to just owners of those vehicles. I don't know if there's one for the Roboskull, but it really is up there in that tier list of just like really hard to get or um,
Yeah,
things to find
the
like that.
Cobra
So,
Armor Trooper, they made a Red Shadows version that was red. I think
oh,
um who was it? Somebody recently remade it. I can't name just went out of my head. Um One of the companies, you just bought one of their figures, the Red Jackal. Super 7. Super
oh,
7 did
Super
a
7.
version of that.
Oh, they
So
did. I didn't know that.
yep.
How you doing?
Uh
Yeah,
Fantasia
there's
Workshop
a
popping in.
little side conversation there about Vegemite going on, but you know what? Yeah.
Ugh.
Uh, oh, yeah, pirates. If you could find a beater, and like that's the thing, it's just that they didn't distribute those in the U.S. So it's like if someone came over with just like parts, I could see it'd be very easy if you had like just a Roboskull body and you put different wings, alternative wings on it, like a TIE Interceptor wings or something like that. You could definitely do that, and
Oh yeah.
it'd look cool. As a matter of fact, because of my, let me show you.
Yeah, several of the Hasbro designs were redone, like Destro became Red Jackal. I can't remember what they called Cobra Commander, but they gave him a different designation. They had
Yeah.
a couple different characters.
So this
Gau-
is
Gaucho
mostly
was,
complete.
oh yeah,
There's one of these boosters is missing from the back, and I was able to purchase it. I found one
oh
available
did
on
you?
eBay. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's a pretty complicated part. So I know that 3D modeling you could do that, but to get all that fine sculpted detail and get it right, I think would be it would probably take longer than just buying one because it wasn't that much. These little cups that go on the boosters there, they're not that expensive either, but that's a pretty simple part you could probably design in 3D print. And the only other part missing is a series of red guns that clipped onto these points on the wing. And there was
Hmm.
four, one here, here, here. I saw one available, but it was like $50 just for one gun, and it's about that big.
Ouch.
So I didn't include the pictures in here, but I've already started tinkering around, and I made what I believe is a acceptable 3D model. I altered it because I don't want people to also think I'm like trying to make repro stuff. And I figured if you're making it, make it look a little cooler. So mine's more like kind of spiky or sharp looking than the original one. And these two, I was thinking when I make these, I would make them a little more, maybe a little more menacing looking. I don't know, and like just kind of angular and sharper, and just add my own little flair to it because it's mine. And
Yeah.
you
And
know,
then it's kind of
that
custom.
way, yeah, it's kind of custom. So I have no problem. I think creating my own. I think that would be a fun video to do too, is to show the process and maybe make some. It'd be cool if you made missile launchers that actually fired missiles right on
Ooh.
the tips there. That would be cool.
Well, you got a play date. Mython says bring it over, and you should have the Robo Skull attack his flag. That'd be a fun day.
Oh, dude, I'm there, man. I would so do that. I would love to I show up with like a Pelican case, and it's all I have it, handcuffed to my wrist, and I show up and we open it up, and then it's like I'm in a suit and I'm walking up, and it looks all like secret. We get there. Do you have the stuff? Yes, I have it. Open up the thing, and then it's
That's right. Get it on video.
I got you.
We
No,
gotta
you
see
didn't
that.
get me. And then we just play like kids for an hour, and then I pack it up and go home.
That
It
would
would
be
be
fun.
hilarious. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. I mean, like I am thrilled. I'm nervous about it too. Like I have it right there for right now, but I want to make like the pictures you were showing in the book where they have like that sand kind of
Oh
background.
yeah.
Like I would love to build that in a bookcase, guitar case full of toys. Yeah. And just put them behind glass and just leave it in there, because I think it's so cool. But playing with it's a lot of fun too. It's really good.
Yeah. Play with your toys.
And
It's not a museum piece.
yeah,
Does not belong in a
yeah,
museum.
you have to wait for the street lights to come on before you can go home. Yeah. So yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I think that'd be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cobra Commander was red laser, and he's expensive too. But I guess you could repaint Cobra Commander. Um, he came with that Annihilator ray or whatever it is. It was like the HAL missile launch or laser cannon, and they
And
nicknamed it something menacing. It was called like
yeah, I
the
think
Annihilator
was
or
it
Obliterator ray.
Black Major has made some repros of some of those. Super Seven's doing some of them now. Robo Skull, the company that's making the new Robo Skull,
Yeah. Oh,
Skeletron, I think's the name of the company. They're
Skeletron.
making some cool
By
stuff.
the way, pre-orders for that end the end of August. August 31st is the cutoff for that. They just sold out of the retro Wolf Trooper. That is the O-ring version. They also have a Marauders version. It's a modern 4-inch version,
and it fits in
that's
the
him.
original? Or
Oh yeah. That's the O-ring, and he comes
Okay.
with some really cool accessories. I've never done like a thing. Yeah, the way that the figure goes in, he just stands up in the front cockpit area,
Okay.
which is an interesting way to do it. But then the Roboskull is cool because they have a rear pilot and gunner,
Like
and I have Wild Weasel, who they actually is one of my favorite Cobra troopers too. In later years, they replaced the Wolf Trooper with Wild
Skeletron,
Weasel,
I think.
so.
Or was it Wild
No,
Weasel?
Wild Weasel. Yeah, they put Wild Weasel. Skeletron was originally supposed to be the pilot, but they just released him as a regular figure. So you could
Okay.
actually fit 3 figures in the Robo Skull, because then on the bottom you have this little fold
Drop
down
down.
latch here, and
Ah.
it's like a kind of like a Boba Fett cargo hold. But that was it was a mind brainwashing chamber where the Roboskull would take soldiers and convert them into Red Shadow soldiers
Nice.
with brainwashing technology. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Dr. Evil comes with
we do
sharks
need
and freaking laser.
we need a
beams.
118 laser shark with freaking lasers.
I've got ideas. I've got a good idea. That would be great.
Well, we've been on
Yeah.
almost 1 hour and 18 minutes today. We For not
Yeah.
having anything to talk
Yeah.
about, we found some stuff to talk about.
I know.
Oh,
I know. It's
again,
hard to do.
reminder, Helidope Toys, check it out tonight. There will be something there. For sci-fi fans, one thing I've seen that's been in the zeitgeist lately is Aliens Romulus. The movie comes out August 16th, I think. It's coming soon. Hiya Toys in 1/18 scale has been doing Aliens and Predators. They've been doing some cool models. They have not announced anything yet, but keep an eye out. If you like Alien, I would not be surprised if Hiya Toys will do something from the new Romulus movie. And there's some cool
I would love to
alien
see
designs there. The only one that's officially announced right now is NECA, and those are the 1/10 scale, the big guys. They're doing some, but something may be coming because of the new movie. So if anybody hears anything, let us know, because I'm very interested in that. I like the aliens.
I would be very interested too, and I would love to see because I know we were talking a lot last year. I was really excited about the GI Joe figures that they were doing, but
Scotty,
we found
there
out that
is
their license.
Oh, yeah, there was a license issue, kind of a hiccup. Scotty is correct. There is a new Terminator anime coming to Netflix, I believe. I've seen some initial stuff. It looks interesting, but I don't know much more beyond that. No toy tie-ins.
I'm hoping
that I
if
know
they
of.
make a toy, they make a. Have you ever seen that T2? It was you put an endoskeleton in a chamber, and then you smush flesh on top of it, and then you could peel it off. I hope they do that again. That's a cool toy.
That is a cool toy.
I'm sorry, I have something really important to share with everyone. Super important. This is something I saw, and I need everyone's help with this because I know my pals. Where is it?
Beta Ray's got a point. Hiya is slow getting stuff out on pre-order, but I have some Hiya stuff from some of the aliens and predators they've done in the past. They're good quality for 1/18, so they're kind of worth the wait for certain characters.
Share screen. I need your help with this. I saw this and I am blown away. Okay, so this MGA Miniverse crap. They have Make It Mini.
Yeah, I was going to say Scotty's picked up some of those.
These are Lord of the Rings inspired weapons.
What?
There's Sting. There's the shards of yes, and you forge them yourself. Look at this. You pour in like the resin, I guess the silver powder, and you make.
So it's like you're forging your weapon. That's interesting.
Yes, and I don't know if they're 1/18 scale. There was a display at my Target. That's the reason I went to Target, but they were out. Let me get this bigger.
So these are kind of random blind box.
Yeah, so that's the problem too with their blind box. So you might get the same weapon more than once, But how cool is this? And I saw a couple of YouTube videos on them.
Okay. Yes, Scotty messed with some. He said like Zuru mini brands where you get some stuff in small scale. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out for those.
But not the Lord of the Rings weapons, right? I mean, how?
No, I think that's new. Yeah.
Snake Eyes, a Lord of the Rings sword, or so if anyone's seen these, so I looked on Amazon. It says they don't come out until August 15th. My Target store had a display, but it was empty. There was like
they'd already sold out.
They're already sold out. So if these things 1/18, I'm all in, man. That's going to be amazing. But if they're too big, I mean, they might be He-Man size too, though. If they're not 1/18 scale, they might work with your Masters of the Universe figures or something. They're like 5.5 inch, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, keep an eye out for these guys. I'd love to get my hands on them.
Yeah, you have to get one and try it out. See, they might be different scales. I'm not sure. I agree with Pirates of the Galaxy. Some of the early highest stuff, the articulation wasn't great. They have improved. So some of the newer ones are better. So they're like a lot of companies. They do different iterations, they improve articulation. So Joy Toy was like that too. Early stuff was a little fidgety. They've gotten much better.
Gotcha. That's the same company that.
Remnant is a Japanese company. Okay, it does weapon stuff. I have to look into that. Interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mython gave Chad some little pieces that are from that company that are on their way to me via Chad. So I'll have some of those. They've got like little food pieces. A lot of them are 1/12 scale ish or 1/6 scale. So
yeah, some of the things work better with others, but Gojitron says,
oh yeah,
don't make the One Ring. Next thing you know, you'll be living in a cave eating raw fish.
yeah. We'll just be hanging out with his precious.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point. 118 and 112. If you go to Hobby Lobby and some other places, some of the dollhouse stuff, you can find some really cool accessories for both scales. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just think that is so cool. I want to make one also resin casting. So they give you these little vials of UV resin, right? That I'm assuming are somewhat safe to use because I know like resin printing, that stuff's very toxic.
Yeah, the fumes are at least.
Yeah, so this is supposedly like kid friendly. Think about the implications though. Like you could make like a little like I guess the accessories, if they're about 1/18 scale size, that little vial, you can make weapons for your GI Joes or something like that. It's like an easy way to do resin casting. They give you a little silicone mold, but you can make your own silicone mold and then like make your own multicolored, something. I don't, I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
I've always been interested in like resin casting and stuff like that, but it's messy, it's toxic, it's kind of hard to do without, really getting into it. And the hurdle to get into it is like probably $50 to $100 to buy like the 2-part epoxy and set up a workspace. Here's a little vial. You could just test it out and see if you like it,
Might be worth looking into.
Yeah, I imagine there's probably a level of failure too. You could probably mess these up and come out with a sword.
Oh yeah,
cast
correctly or air bubbles and stuff. But yeah, mold making's cool. I've seen a lot of great customizers who make custom molds and do stuff mostly with tabletop miniatures, not so much with action figures. But the technology is there. We have the technology.
Yeah. It would be cool. But all right, well, I'd say that's it for today. Everyone's got stuff to do. Keep an eye out for those Lord of the Rings things. If not, Amazon will have them August 15th. But if I can find them in the stores before then, I'd love to just try it out. Just sounds fun.
Yeah. If we don't see you guys before, we'll see you tonight on Hella Dope's channel, checking out what they got going. That'll be fun.
Yep. All right. Well, everyone have an awesome week. We'll see you next Sunday. Thanks.